Some will call it swag, some call it cockiness, some call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Collins with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Hurricanes will kick it away first. And he takes this from inside the 5. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
People still fill in the stands. And he takes the opening kickoff back to the house to fire up the crowd, fire up his teammates. What a start for this young man.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Makes a move. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. He'll start this drive firing. Got his man quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
This crowd, full throat, sweating the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Got the quick pass. Breaks into the open. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The noise level is relentless here on second down. Looking to fire. They'll run the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of points.
Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Finds his big tight end. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Trying to find the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
You can tell this quarterback and these wide receivers are on the same page. Quick read, quick throw, quick success.
On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. To give to the big fullback. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You've got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Miami! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a 3rd down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
The Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Caught close to the marker. It's Glenn. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a 3-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You can flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They give it to him again. Turning it on! They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure it to 1st down.
Yeah, I'm so impressed watching this guy run the football. And I'll tell you, I think Joe Paterno would have loved this guy in his offense, too. His teams always prided themselves on being able to run the football, right? Be more physical than the opponent. This guy has the ability to just wear defenses down. So hard to stop.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
Hard to imagine this is only their first drive of the game, but their defense was on the field for virtually an entire quarter. So, guys, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here to convert this third down so their defense can stay on the sideline and get their win back.
We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played one quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. The Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Wants to adjust the pattern. On third down, he drops to throw. On target to the left. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
To the air on second down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. And the Nittany Lions trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. The give to the back. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Here we go. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Makes the grab. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
From the gun on 3rd down. Quickly to the tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
The Canes line up to punt it away. We've got a timeout from the kicking team.
Timeout, Miami.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the 1st down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. And the Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. They just keep firing. Oh, they're after him. That's it fly. He's got an open man. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. The Canes build their program around playmakers like that.
They do, Reese, and speed on the outside makes everybody so much better. Finding those home run hitters, those playmakers, those are the guys when Miami's rolling, those are the guys they're finding.
Off play action on 1st down. Oh, he wants it all. Got it inside the 10. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Canes started this drive back up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Motion from the wideout. With jet sweep pass. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Offense trying to go push pass on 1st down on the goal line, but the defense, tremendous surge up front. They get penetration, and they get the tackle for loss.
Going for 6. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Fitted in the window for the score. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds the tight end. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Oh, there's an alley-oop. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the 1st half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They'll run it from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to work in the air on second down. It's complete on the right side. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's third and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse, turn the football over.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Here's the pressure. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the roar is reverberating throughout this stadium as the defense has them pinned deep. Rushes on him. Fires on the move. Or did he find a hole in the defense? There he goes to the right. The 50. The 40. Inside the 30. That's a live ball. That is a serendipitous turn of events. With the fumble going out of bounds, they'll maintain possession.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you've got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
Almost had the completion, just missed it.
You got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Power football with the run. Sweet cut there. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They are really clicking along. First and goal on just the fourth play of the drive. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Fires into the end zone. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start of it.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Back to the ground with the running back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Backed up at their own 13-yard line, it's first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Unleashes one. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will kick it off to start the second half. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there, and that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go to the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. On his feet at the 40. There he goes. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Going to swing it on second down. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
Yeah, and I love running the football down the red zone. You've got to be able to do it. First down, obviously, is the right down to do it. But now, limits the options a little bit more. Second down after that loss of yards play.
Took a shot as he threw.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Canes! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And that's the hardest part about playing a mobile quarterback. It's not the first play. The first play was a pass. It's the second play where he decides to pull it down, Jesse, becomes a running back, and makes something happen.
You're right, David. That's why so many coaching staffs now are trying to recruit dual-threat athletes at quarterback because of situations just like that. Down in the red zone, nobody open. You're not just going to throw it away and be okay kicking a field goal. You're taking off, and you're going to capitalize with a touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. defense going back to work on offense now. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. Running back searching for a hole. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle. It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
It's 4th and 8 and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on 4th down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back on the move. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success.
Breaks into the open. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another 1st down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
The screen, and watch out. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Quick strike through the air for the score.
How about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, and number 3 is coming soon.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Handoff from the gun. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Moving out of the pocket. Grab near the marker. It's Jones. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise.
Turning it on! He's got 93 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. The Nittany Lions will have it first and 10. Right back to the well. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Grab near the sticks. It's Glenn. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Blasted as he lets it go. Pick off! What a play by this defense. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing, and you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
Here's the handoff. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock move.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
We've seen this defensive end make a lot of plays. In the run game, he's setting the edge. He's forcing the football to go back inside, but he's not a one-trick pony. He can also get out of his stance, use his hands, and use his speed to beat offensive tackles and get to the QB.
The run from the shotgun. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. The field goal is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game. It's still a 14-point lead, guys. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a first down. Quarterback making adjustments. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Makes a grab for a big play. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something we're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. NC State is piling up the points here today. They've opened up a massive lead in what's shaping up to be the kind of blowout neither side will soon forget. They're up by 19 over Baylor. Any big changes in his ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Find some space enough to get 5 to the 22.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football. And we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in this situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide-out level noise. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Trying to beat the D deep. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
Man, that stings. Your offense has a chance to salt the game away, run the clock out. You're trying to make a play. You decide to throw the football, which we can talk about that decision later on down the road, but you throw the INT. Now you better hope your defense bails you out.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. He wants to take the top off. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Wants to fire on second down. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked up.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And now with that play, for this offense, it's got to have it time. Yeah, I'm going for it on 4th down. Obviously, a field goal does nothing, but I got 3 timeouts, and that is a good thing. Because I have those in my pocket, I can attack the whole field. I just got to focus in on the yardage to get this 4th down and move the sticks.
He wants to change this route. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's got a 1st down. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And that was a play they absolutely had to have. 4th down by 1 possession. You've got to find a way. Someone's got to step up and make a play, and they did it right there. That is going to be huge for their confidence.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. This time it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we got to stay aggressive.
The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
Well, after the tackle now, that sets up 4th and 2. And these offenses, they practice for these types of situations. It's not like they just have quarterback sneak in their back pocket for 4th and inches. They've got plays designed to go and get this, David, so it'll be interesting to see if this offense wants to roll the dice.
Yeah, and most of the time, I'm rolling the dice. I'm going to be aggressive. And as a defense, you also know that, too. And you're ready. You're not caught off guard by offenses nowadays going for it on 4th down.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. This drive will open from the 15. They'll try the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll leave it with him. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go. They've got them dead deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. To the ground with the back. Brought down at the 16-yard line, and that will likely bring out the punt team. The defense will take a timeout, 25 seconds left to play. And the Canes will punt this one away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. He'll start this drive going to the air. He wants a big play here late. Into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown, and we might just have overtime on our hands.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down the clock?
They're going to go for 2 and try to decide it right now. He's looking to throw. It's picked off, and that's number 10.
That's the right call. You go for 2, you're trying to make this a field goal game, and there are just a couple of seconds left on the clock. You're feeling good about walking out of here with the W.
Miami, 28. Penn State, 27.
Here's the situation. First, they have to recover the onside kick, then maybe time for a play or 2. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship, and winning a national championship maybe